Agriculture in both Alberta and Saskatchewan has seen a boom over the last year, to the point that some railways couldn't even keep up with the amount of grain going out. Now, that was just one of the many issues Federal Agriculture Minister Jerry Ritz had to deal with in 2013 as he caught up with Newcap News to discuss how the year has been. And I'm joined with Federal Agriculture Minister Jerry Ritz. Now, Jerry, thanks again for coming here and talking with us today.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Now, 2013 has been an interesting year when it comes to agriculture, especially in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Even though we had a late seeding period, now we're in a bumper crop area. What do you attribute to that?
Well, just the vagaries of agriculture. I mean, it's all weather related, just the right amount of sun units and rain at the right time, and we come out with a crop that's way above average. The trick now is the logistics of getting it all to market in time.
Now, the big thing that hit the headlines this year is the country of origin labeling in the States here. Now, with that, the American government's not budging on the idea that all meat coming from foreign countries should be labeled. Right now, as it stands, how does that affect Canadian meat producers?
Well, it adds to our costs because you get less for your product because the buyers in the U.S. cannot commingle that product as of the amendment that the U.S. put through. So it actually got more intrusive rather than easing the situation when they put their amendment through. We took them to the WTO, won that. They appealed it. We won that. They've come through with an amendment now, which we think is actually even more ridiculous than the original country of origin labeling. Their own industry in the U.S. is saying the same thing. In fact, they, along with our industry and Mexican industry, took the government to court. They lost the first one. They're appealing that. They've got the support of a lot of senators and congressmen now, which they didn't have before. So it's become a political solution to a problem that doesn't exist. And we've had those discussions directly with my counterpart, Tom Vilsack, as well as a number of other congressmen and senators in the U.S. So we're fighting it on three different levels. The one, the court case that industry is bringing forward, that we fully support. We're also back at the WTO and have put together a challenge at that. The panel has been constructed. It's the same panelists that heard the original one. And then we're also fighting, trying to get amendments to the Farm Bill that's working through the process in the U.S. right now. So on three different fronts, we're pushing hard on that. Our industry has identified $1 billion a year that's going missing now, and the differential that they're facing. We're also seeing that it's hurting the American industry more so than their administration ever thought. A couple of plants are in danger of closing. One has closed, 2,000 jobs gone, because they're just not getting the critical mass of Canadian and Mexican cattle they need.
Moving a little bit more locally here, when you're visiting your constituency now, what are concerns that people are bringing up?
Jobs, trying to get enough people. The economy is percolating well in this area. The oil and gas sector is doing well. Agriculture's done well. Just to find the people to put them in play.
And what's the government's plans?
Well, federal government, of course, does the immigration along with the province of record, labor market opinions that are studied, and we now have the ability to go into that 800,000 person queue of people that want to come to Canada and say, okay, we need 50 welders. Where are they? It used to be that you had to take number 1, number 2, number 3. Now you can go in and pick out those 50 welders and entice them to come to Canada and pick up jobs that are here waiting for them.
Thanks again for joining us here,
My pleasure.
Minister Ritz. That was Agriculture Minister Jerry Ritz. In this week's Pet Project, Jenny from the SPCA introduces us to a fun-loving kitten named Tiger Lily, as well as a yellow lab named Jake, both looking for their forever homes.
This is Jake. Jake is a 7-month-old male yellow lab Great Pyrenees cross. He's current on vaccinations, not yet neutered, and he'll be microchipped upon adoption. Jake is a great little guy. He can be a little bit shy at times, but once you give him some love, he'll be your buddy forever. He loves to play with toys. He acts very much like a puppy. He does have some training to be done, but he is house trained and crate trained. Jake gets along great with children, as well as other dogs and cats. Come on down to the SPCA and meet Jake. This is Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily is a 3-month-old female kitten. She's current on vaccinations, needing her last vaccine in 2 weeks' time, and she is not yet spayed, and she'll be microchipped upon adoption. Tiger Lily is a very fun-loving kitten full of energy and play. She loves to be visually stimulated, and she also loves to play with toys. And then once she's got her fill of play, she loves to come in for a cuddle before drifting off to sleep. If you're looking for a fun-loving kitten in your home, come down to the SPCA and check out Tiger Lily. That's it for Pet Project this week. Watch for us every Tuesday on Newcap News.